All right, the last piece that we need is to install Visual Studio Code or VS Code. Do note that this is different than Visual Studio. Most of the computers on campus have Visual Studio installed. This is Microsoft's old version. Okay, that is really good if you're doing embedded desktop applications. It's not the portable version. So if you're working on a university computer and you see Visual Studio, that is a different thing than Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code is the new one that they're building to today. So you can do a Google search for download Visual Studio Code. Remember, the code word is important or you'll get the paid for application. And it'll bring you to a screen like this. On a Mac, you want to click the Mac download. It takes a little bit to run it. There is instructions right there on how to get it started, and we will install it. Again, it has a installer that we're going to need to open, okay, to install this. And when we open it, it's going to give us a application that we then want to take that application and drag it into the applications folder. So take this application and drag it over here to applications on the left hand side. And then we'll run it, and when we run it, we'll be able to actually configure it to use the correct version of Python. So let's go look at the common piece, which is running it and picking the Python. But take that into applications, okay? And once it copies in, which will take a little bit, we'll do a little time travel here, and once it's copied in, we'll actually go and run it. All right, let's go and give this a run. Okay, and when I run it, it comes up with this gray screen. I've actually got stuff already installed and things, so from running it in class and giving demos, so this is not my first install. But the piece that you have to configure at the end is down here in the blue bar. If you click on where it says Python, once you create your first Python file, you will see that there are multiple versions of Python. Okay, I have several on my system, and you want to go down and find the one that says Python base Conda. Okay, that's the Anaconda version of Python, and select that one. If you pick this other one that's pre-installed on the operating system, it obviously won't work. It's an ancient version, but Mac has a whole bunch of utilities that they install for themselves that are all built for this ancient version of Python. So we want the 3.8 or 3.9 Conda version. You're probably installing 3.9 of Conda, which would be the default, and pick that one. And once you pick that one, then you're ready to actually build a piece of Python code, hit play, or run it to run it and get some results. And we'll put that in a separate video. But from there on, once you get Python installed and set up, we can actually do things that'll be common between Mac, Linux, and Windows, and you can run stuff quite nicely on all of them.